Yes.
Welcome to G.E.T. The heck are you doing?
What, you're about to drive? What are you doing?
You know it's a motorcycle helmet, right?
Oh man, I busted, man. It's the weirdest one. I used to leave your girls from the houses. Busted.
The motorcycle guy has jokes.
Hits, get running. This is where you do what you do and you get running.
Man. Jigs up. Sorry, man. Sorry.
Well,
Wow.
I guess that's the intro. So today we are talking about Baby Driver, which came out in 2017, directed by Edgar Wright. Really good movie. It was one of my favorite car-themed movies. So we're gonna, dive right into it. What do you guys think?
I think it was I appreciate it. It was a pretty good movie.
It was very interesting. It was very interesting.
Interesting is code for I didn't like that.
Yeah, that's his code.
I don't want to offend. All right, so it was very interesting for me. I just felt like, all right, so
It's a mixture with drama, excitement, drama.
It took too long to climb up.
Wait a minute,
man.
It started off with the freaking chase. The guy's weaving in and out of traffic.
Okay, but honestly, the music is key. The music is what kind
Oh,
of
you
turned
into
me
scores
off.
now?
Listen,
The musician.
Yeah.
What instrument do you play?
There wasn't enough drum rolls.
oh my
That's why you
gosh,
brought it here.
man.
Okay. I'm like, why did he bring a motorcycle helmet to a car movie? You need a special helmet? You're all right.
Anyway, right? Listen. So the soundtrack, man, I just was not a fan of it. I felt like it took away
You're
from the
musically
action.
dead.
Okay, I'm not a fan of the old school mixed with a scene. At least for this type of movie, I felt like the old school, the oldies.
The whole theme of him is the whole. All right, just to give you guys a premise. Spoiler, by the way, if you haven't seen it.
Very.
Basically, Baby, he has a hearing, I think, tinnitus.
Tinnitus, yeah.
The whole thing about it, the whole music is the theme. The whole fact that, he needs the music to get him in the zone.
Bro, it just didn't work for me. It didn't work for me. The music.
So you want some old school, like in Fast and the Furious, where it's like boom, boom, boom,
No,
boom,
it
boom,
wasn't.
boom, boom, boom.
No. See, at least that fit the era with Fast and Furious. Those soundtracks actually fit that time era it came out in. This one took it like 20. There's like a 20-year gap between 2017 or even further than that. The music, it took away the excitement. I love cars. Listen, I love cars, and it just
And apparently he doesn't listen to music in the car.
But
I get in the car and I don't listen to nothing.
Yeah, right?
I just drive. I want to hit a road.
The muffler just that's his music. He was like thinking, I love this sound.
Anyway, but I must say, it picked up 1 hour and 18 minutes in. All right.
You clocked it?
Yes, I did. If you're interested, just fast forward an hour and 18 minutes.
Oh my
precise.
God!
Do
Don't
not listen to this guy.
Don't take his advice.
Nah,
Don't take his advice.
That movie
Because
is
you
classic.
would miss the whole.
Everything. It's
theme,
the whole build up about
idea.
this character.
Exactly.
Is the music is his thing, and the fact even when he's talking to his love interest, they're talking about, hey, there's so many songs with your name in it, and how to describe how the songs break down into like his name is Baby. She's like, how many songs have this?
Finish. What you were saying?
Yeah. That part was so interesting. I was like, should I rewind it to that part? It was worth rewinding it to, right?
Moving on.
Go ahead. Yes.
He's mocking it. He still watched the soaps and all.
Anyway, but I did love the cars though. Was a fan of the cars. WRX, I believe it was a 06, 07 model. He was doing his thing.
He was drifting.
He was doing his thing.
Drifting.
Yeah, he had
Cool. And that's another thing. I'm not a fan of movies where cars do not do the things that they're supposed to do. I've seen movies where you got cars that are not good at, driving on snow or ice, and they're magically pulling tanks.
Doing impossible.
He's talking about Fast and Furious, right? I think that was 8, 7, or 8.
I don't know. It was the most
Tyrese
unreal.
Tyrese was drifting on ice in a Lamborghini. I think that's what he's referring to. Cars doing the impossible.
They don't do that. I'm like, you can't make that up. So you know what happened? There's a guy on his computer. Yeah, I'm gonna make the car have rocket boosters and it can fly too. What else can the car do? It has magical powers. It can make dinosaurs come out of the blue.
Goes through space. It's like, yo, put up your window, blocks the
It
sun.
frustrates me. If
too
anybody
close to
gets
the
mad
sun.
about realism in a movie, a car is supposed to do car things. So this movie was good, where it did what a car's supposed to do: drift, weaving out of
certain
traffic,
certain cars,
doing what
yes.
it do, and it shows skill. Anything else that doesn't have skill, you're making stuff up. You could just, hey, what else can the car do? It can go in reverse and go through time. And I already have a movie, Back to the Future, that does that. Might as well be a DeLorean. Make it a DeLorean.
Okay, this. Oh, listen, breathe.
It's infuriating, man. I'm sitting there
my
like,
God.
yo, where does my suspension of disbelief start and begin? It has to have some type of grounding. Even when you have a fighting movie, when the guy hits him, he doesn't fly 8 miles. Superman does that, right? That makes him a superhero. So these are superhero cars?
Well, listen, I was a fan of the WRX. It did what it was meant to do. Okay, I enjoyed that scene.
I agree.
All right, we all enjoyed. You like,
That's when T comes down. Like, okay, I agree. He's like, T's just like, he got back. You gotta speak his language, man.
around towards the end of the movie, there was a Hellcat. Oh gosh, Whew. Love. Look what Andy has his special edition Hellcat.
Custom
Wait,
made.
why is that Hellcat front wheel drive? Wait, which one is?
Put the helmet back on. You're going to need it.
Yeah, right.
Okay, off to your girlfriend's house.
Oh, this guy.
Oh.
So,
Anyways.
yeah, but right there. Oh gosh, look at that Mustang. What the heck? What the heck? I see a Mustang over there. Listen,
Mustang season.
I love V8s. I love the Hellcat. That was in the movie.
I'm just like
Fast
pointing
lane.
it out.
Lotus, Porsche,
See,
Mustang.
listen, all these cars, fast lane only. Anything else, get out of the fast lane. Out of the fast lane.
So wait, so you didn't like the movie?
No, the movie was pretty cool. It was cool. It was
You're the
cool.
odd man out.
It had a little.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
It had a little
Oh my
suspense.
God,
No, it had a little suspense twist in it. I think
Yeah.
it was pretty cool because these guys are doing.
It's
you
a,
know,
listen. I didn't like.
they're getting a heist doing. Getting going on. So
I didn't like
they had
Jamie's
to.
character. I didn't like his character, man. I didn't like.
How about Jamie Foxx? You didn't like his character?
Listen, he's a cool actor. I like Jamie Foxx.
He likes playing
It's just-
B
it's-
characters. Freaking Buns, Bats. You remember Buns for
yeah,
freaking
yeah, I remember that.
Booty Call?
Yeah.
Now in this one he's Bats. What's the next one going to be? Bars?
I mean, it's like I didn't from Jamie Foxx.
How about
I
Electro?
didn't
we don't
expect-
talk about that movie.
I didn't
Yeah,
expect anything more from him. I didn't expect anything less from Jamie Foxx. I think he's pretty much set in his character roles. That's what you see is what you get with Jamie
But
Foxx.
I think that character. I think that character was a
It
little.
was okay.
Was a little bit of a signature.
I'm not gonna
You
say.
know what? But this
I'm
is
not
going to be
give it a-
called GT from now on. Like the cars.
You guys are very funny. All right.
What
very-
cars got E in them?
I don't know. I'm still trying to.
Yeah, Escalade or something. Get out of here.
Anyway, so his character, it was cool. I think it bumped up around 1 hour, 18 minutes, 23 seconds. Right,
Wow.
where his
So he
girlfriend,
studied the movie.
where his girlfriend got involved, and then everything started to escalate. Once she was kind of grouped into his mess, to his problems. Then I was like, okay, the stakes are high now. I'm like, it's going somewhere. But the music, I just.
But you see, I think the whole situation is that you're focused on the cars. The movie wasn't about
the cars. That is true. It was a big element of it.
Yeah,
but it
that
wasn't
was
a car
a helpful
His-
device.
I mean,
that was a helpful
I respect his skills.
tool.
His skills was
No,
on
his
point.
skill was good,
The action scenes were good.
but that's not basically his skill or the cars. That's not the real essence of the actual movie.
I understand the backstory. I see it. It just didn't work for me. It just didn't work. All right. I can't argue how I felt about it. All right. It seems like you want another seat. Listen, man. You can take it or leave it. I don't care. I really didn't like the movie
Leave
that
it.
much.
Well, you speak his
I didn't like the
mind.
movie that much.
You
It
speak
just
his
didn't, it
mind.
didn't work for me. I'm sorry. And whatever. But I did love the cars. Hey,
So he watched the movie just to play the car. Yo, listen, rewind that part.
Wow.
Let's see.
Oh, there's the Subaru. Oh, there's the Challenger. In the credits.
like, I mean, he was hitting traffic. No, speaking of traffic, I'm trying to matter of fact, let's spread this out. Different types of drivers you're gonna run into in New York. What if we put a little spin on that?
Yeah, this
Right.
came out of nowhere.
But we can flow with that. We can flow with that. That's
I'm
all.
gonna keep getting thumbs down in this
Yeah,
Yeah,
review.
comment, please
This is
comment,
not-
please. Dislike him.
movie's
Who's
trash.
voting for GT? I'm going for GT. Y'all vote thumbs up, GT, thumbs down, G. Anyways,
No, but
now
the whole
Fastlane.
yeah, the whole thing is about like the movie versus real life situation. We let's throw that.
Okay, so
back
real
at
life,
me,
real
yeah.
life. If someone's driving like this dude was driving on the road, I'm getting out of the way. Like when he went in between, like in the movie, there was 3 red cars, and he just hopped in between.
Oh, okay, I love that scene. I love that.
You, bro, if that was me and you did what you did in front of me, I would have been driving side by side with you. I would have been like, ah! I know. I would have took out Baby Driver, like some deranged driver just smashed into the dude off the road.
I'm risking my
No,
car.
I would never do that.
Doing that, risking my.
I totally disagree with that action.
I'm not getting out of that.
I've been like thinking like, yo, oh, you want this? Oh,
Getting my insurance
get
kicked
out
off.
there.
Getting,
You don't go through the insurance. You just.
Getting Geico out. So Geico gonna have a field day with that. No, listen, you drive like that. That's your lane now. Okay, excuse me.
No, so
it's
you
my
back to
fault.
the left lane. So for example, everybody knows the left lane is the fast lane.
The left lane is the fast lane. It's also the psychotic lane. All right.
It's not the psychotic lane.
it's-
We're
with
talking
sickos.
about American side, not the British side, because we know British is another lane. So
So we're talking about since we're in New York, we're gonna narrow this down into types of New York drivers. Right. Especially on the highway. You know, we're talking about local streets and stuff. But on the highway, listen, I feel like every lane has its own personality, right? I think the far right lane kind of relates to you. Free bird, you know, carefree. I think you do
thinking-
well in the far right lane.
I'm thinking
you know
grandma.
what? Tell you the truth.
Grandma lane.
What, who, me? Damn, I was about to tell you, put that helmet on for a second. Let me see how the helmet works.
I think it's your size.
Let me see if the helmet works on you, right?
Listen, the far right lane, that's the safest lane you can possibly be in, all right?
Yeah.
I think that's your element. You like
No,
to play
but
things
tell you the
safe.
truth. Tell you the truth. My lane is the middle lane.
That's the
Cause
fair lane. You have choices.
You know, before like years ago, I used to love the fast lane. I used to prove because I used to be. But there was one time. I mean, this thing was kind of scary. I was driving a friend home, and this thing happened one time. I just zoned out, and it was dark. It was not outside, and I just so zoned out. I clipped against there was like cones at the side. And I woke up when I heard and I was staring at the road like this. And my friends in the back, my brother.
Wait, you was still driving?
Yeah, I was still driving. And I was like, oh shoot. Like this.
How many cones did you hit before you realized you was hitting cones?
I think it was like 4.
Oh, yeah, it's
I
cones.
wasn't that slow. I wasn't that slow. It was like really like, and I said, whoa, oh shoot, like this. I did a 180 and then another 180.
You did a 360.
Yo,
my God.
Wow.
what was so crazy, what was really crazy, is that there was a whole bunch of cars around us. But as soon as I started hitting those cones, I didn't see those cars at all. Everybody just like, whoop.
He went to his own reality.
I think he took him out. Cars would disappear.
We never heard from those
Yo,
drivers again.
Poor
It
drivers. If
was-
you are out there, this is the guy who did it to you. Like, if you're still out there, you're just still having question marks about reality and what happened that night.
How do you use that in court?
Nah, I didn't hit no cars. It was so crazy.
You caused them to
And yo, I was driving my
cars they were
brother.
next to.
I was driving my brother, and my brother was like thinking, so yo, that's not funny, man.
I was on the road 1 minute, or the next minute, there was no one there.
Yeah, they teleported. They magically disappeared.
Try using that in court. I was there 1 minute. The next minute, everybody was gone.
Did you see a cloud
You get a
behind
kick
you?
out of
Like,
this, man.
a lot of debris, anything behind you? Like that is, it's not foggy tonight. What's that smoke coming out?
Yo, but that thing scared.
Oh, it probably shook.
That thing scared me galore.
So now your lane is the middle lane.
After that, I say I played the middle lane was the safe lane because I don't like staying too far to the left. I don't like staying too far to the right. I just like the middle lane. And after that, I just
But you know what I hate? I hate people who drive in the right lane. Drivers who are meant for the right lane crossing into other lanes. Right?
Stay in your literally the phrase "stay in your lane."
Stay in your lane. Now, if you're, it just bothers me. Like, okay, I'm in the middle lane. I like the middle lane because I have options, like you said.
Right.
You know, there's a case if
That's
somebody
all.
if somebody jumps in front of me, at least I can swerve to the left or right. I have options.
Yeah.
Right. Middle lane, I feel like also it is. I have the option of jumping into my left lane, speeding up, getting to where I need to go earlier than expected, or just maintaining speed. Right. So I feel like the middle lane is the coolest lane, in my opinion. Coolest lane, safest lane.
Right. Right.
But
Now
I
I'm,
hate.
now I'm a casual driver. Right now, I have no
So stay in the
rush.
right lane.
Right lane is.
Right lane gets
Grandma
the
lane.
traffic. That lane always get the traffic.
It's true, because think about it. Everybody that's coming on the ramp, you got to deal with. And you got to whether you're going to speed up or slow down for them.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I gotta figure this out. Now,
Yeah.
please, somebody let me know. I don't get the types of drivers that leave gaps in front of them. What does that mean? When I'm behind you and I'm trying to get in front of you on the highway,
It's
and
excellent.
I see,
They're texting.
is it
Or
that?
they're eating something.
Is it that? I hate that when people like all these it's like two trucks can fit in front of you.
I can tell you what it is.
Well,
It's
what-
just like
what-
the
what is
driver's
that?
manual. You're supposed to leave. It depends on your
Okay,
interpretation.
two trucks.
They
two
say,
trucks
they
with-
say 3 Mississippi before you see the next obstacle or item. So let's say you see a sign. You're supposed to go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and then that's what
Well,
goes
they're
to your
doing
car.
10 and 12 Mississippis. Like, you don't need that many Mississippis. I mean, how many? Like, they're going overboard. with
Maybe
that.
they're saying Mississippi, Missouri, Alabama, 2.
What kills me even more is when people just drive from far left and they just go,
Well, I know what you're talking about.
wow.
Sorry about that. That's my bad.
These are some questions.
I can tell you exactly what's going on in the guy's head.
Oh, okay. We got a live one, folks. We got a live one.
So-
God.
I'll tell you a story. I'm driving. I'm like, all right, cool. And my sense of direction is terrible. So I'm like, all right, it says exit something 0.5 miles away. I have no concept of mileage. I literally like. So by the time 0.1 miles come, I'm like, okay, that should be the next exit. I'm like, oh snap! And now I gotta get to the exit now. So I'm like, I'm not
All
trying
the other cars don't exist.
not as important as me.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
So
yeah.
that's my. I'm sorry about that.
It's a navigational.
It's a
problem.
navigational thing.
Okay.
It's
so-
also a jerk thing. I've seen guys that just don't care. Those are usually the people that are on the highway going into like 8 lane, like they weave left, they weave right.
Yeah.
That's reckless, and I've never understood that because the funny thing about that is if you wait about 3 more minutes, you're gonna run into them again. They got nowhere. They went in and out of traffic to try to get faster, and then they got nowhere.
Yo, the worst types of drivers that you're gonna want to avoid. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna show it to you. Yeah, if you don't know what this is, right? This is a Mustang.
Notice he has no wheels.
This is a Mustang. This is the after. There's a before. There's a before that we really don't see often. This is a Mustang.
That's the result.
If you see a Mustang, clear the way immediately. Eventually, you'll pass it, and it's gonna look like this. All right, it may look like this as you're passing it by. It's not gonna look the way you first saw it. You stay away from those drivers, all right? I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. That was yours.
Yeah.
You need spare tires.
Mustangs are.
Did you buy it like that?
But
Yes,
there's different.
It's half off.
No, but
Was it half off?
there are tiers of characters drivers, and I love that you have your BMW drivers. I noticed that for some reason
Oh no.
they
Oh,
just
no.
don't care about anybody else on the road. Like we don't exist to them.
Oh, they're selfish. You are some selfish human beings, all right? BMW drivers.
But the classy drivers.
You think you're
the
better
classy
than
drivers,
everybody.
They take their time.
Yeah,
They-
there's two tiers. You got the classy BMW drivers that are just sitting there just coasting, or you got the ones that they just got their BMW. They're like, well, I just saw Fast and Furious, and I want to prove something today.
Listen, and I know a lot of people not gonna like this. Hondas.
Oh, they're the worst.
Hondas, you are loud for no reason. All right? You are loud for no reason. It's not even sweet music. It's not even melody. It's just loud. It's just loud. Please. I know you want to be seen. I know you want to be the spotlight. You feel good every time you 2 steps. Please. And they want to show they'll race anything. They'll race a dog, a stray dog. They'll race anything they come across. A little ball rolls in the street. They're gonna race that ball. Everything is competition to you guys. Why? You know you can't go that fast. You know you can't. You don't even need this on the track. You are safe. I'm sorry. I've almost lost, man. Yo. Okay.
On that note.
Okay. What other kind of drivers? Uber drivers. The worst types of drivers you can drive behind. They don't know where they're going. You got 8 GPSs and you're still lost. Good. What the heck, man?
I think on that note, we can wrap up.
Yeah, we can wrap up.
But we're gonna have to calm E down.
But let me just say this: that all your road rage people, calm down. Just pipe it down. Just,
You got a couple of fingers pointed at him.
I'm pointing.
seriously, there's a few people that you make mistakes, you make errors with the wrong turns or wrong exits, and they're just like both windows. Your car your windows are rolled up. Their car, their windows are rolled up, and they still screaming at you like, and you can't. Nobody can hear anything. Just pipe it down. Just move it on. That's all I'm saying. As closing.
We're going to end on that note.
Still mad. Still got a lot to say.
I thought I was the angry one. Apparently, he has to work out some stuff. In closing, anyways,
Go ahead, T.
please
Take the close.
Please comment, like, subscribe. Let us know what you drive and how you drive. I just said it before. I'm saying it again. Please. I can't. If you can't get running, get going, please.